Hey friends, welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're joining me here today. So, we are going to dive in today to a training all about marketing your horse business, right? Which I'm sure will not surprise you. You know, that's what I'm here for with the How to Market Your Horse Business podcast. But I'm coming live to you from Instagram and Facebook both because I want to talk to you about something specific that I know because I have experienced it and I've helped clients through it is going to help you grow in your business. Now, first of all, let's talk about why do we even care about growth, right? It's a term that we hear so often, and I even hesitated to use it as the title of this video because it sometimes is overused. And so often we think, well, we assume that everybody wants to grow, right? Or we think that growth is the only way to success. So let's talk about first, what is growth? What is success? Why do we care about that? Why do I know that you as a horse business owner care about that? And then I want to talk to you about something specific that you can do to grow because as a business owner, I know that you do care. All right. So you're going to hear specifically a decision that I want you to make today to build your equestrian business, right? It's a mindset shift that I need you to make. Then we're going to talk about 3 practical ways that you can do that in your business. I will give you the action steps to do that, and then I will even give you a free resource to help you take that action. All right. So all that you need is going to be packed right here into this training. So let's get started. All right. Tell me, I would love to hear from you guys. When I say growth, when I say success, what comes to mind for you? When you're thinking about what a successful equestrian business looks like for you, tell me about that. Leave a comment below or send me a message. I would love to hear. Now, for many of you, I know that that means you have a barn full of horses. And they're the horses, right? The ones that you've dreamed of training. They're the people and the owners that you love to work with, right? They are the ones that want to show because you want to be in the show pen. Or you are a lesson instructor and you're saying success and growth for me means that I have a booked out program. I may even have a wait list, right? I have people that are coming to me. It may look like creating an online education portal. Maybe you are at a place in your business where you're saying, Denise, I actually want to move things online. I have so many resources. I have so much experience. I know that I can help more people. Success for me right now and growth for me right now means that I'm moving my knowledge and my experience online and then getting those people to become my customers in that way. Or maybe it looks like for you, you're a solopreneur and you're thinking growth and success for you is growing your team. Maybe you want an assistant trainer. Maybe you want to have a specific groom or bookkeeping help, right? Whatever that looks like for you, success and growth is definitely individual. But what we know is that it's necessary because in business, you are not ever stagnant. Very much like in life, and we hear about personal growth, we are not stagnant. You're either going up a little bit or you're going down a little bit. Because the reality is, even as you are growing up, right? So if you're saying, I am growing my social media following, you may be growing that up, and that's wonderful, but you've got to be matching that with the profitability growth. You have other things that you need to be growing in that same way if you're going to grow up, okay? So we do care about growth and success as business owners because you are not in this just to have a hobby. You are in this as a business and you want to be making money doing it. Now, what often happens, and honestly happens for every equestrian entrepreneur, is that you reach a point in your business where you feel stuck. Now, this happens for a variety of reasons, but what I want to talk about is the mindset around that, okay? So when you're feeling, I want to grow, but you're feeling stuck, right? Now, we've talked before in our trainings about one of the keys to getting unstuck in your marketing is really knowing who you're for, knowing your audience. So that is not what I want to talk to you about today, although that is extremely important. Instead, I want to talk to you about how you can move past that stuck feeling and actually how you can embrace it. Because in entrepreneurship, as an equestrian entrepreneur, you are going to feel stuck a lot because that is part of the growing process. So I was actually talking to somebody just recently, and she was sharing, she's also a business owner in the horse world. And she was sharing how she was having a day or a week where she was just feeling stuck. She knew where she wanted to go, but she was just not sure how to get there, not sure of the right strings to pull, not sure of where to focus her time and her energy. And she'd been doing great. She'd had success, and then things were stagnant and she wasn't sure what needed to move the needle. And as we talked, I reminded her of what I want to remind you of today. And that is that feeling stuck is actually a good thing if we choose to embrace it the right way. Because feeling stuck and uncomfortable where you are means that you are prepping yourself and your business for growth that will be on the other side of that. So yes, it's not fun to feel stuck. It's not fun to feel stagnant, right? Where you know that you do want to grow, but you're not going down, but you're not going up, and you're just kind of right there. That's not exactly a fun feeling. But what I will tell you is that it's an important part of the growth process. So we're going to talk today about how you can choose to be okay being stuck and uncomfortable, because that is where growth happens. We have to be willing as equestrian entrepreneurs to be uncomfortable to get the results that we want. Let me say that again. You as an equestrian entrepreneur have to learn to be uncomfortable in order to get the results that you want in your business. We know this happens personally. When you are going to lose weight, when you're going to get stronger and start working out, what happens? You get sore. And that is not exactly comfortable, but you're okay with it because you know that on the other side, you're building muscle, or you're going to lose weight, or you're building up your fortitude for a run, or whatever the case may be. So you're okay with that discomfort because you know it's on the other side. And in the same sense, in your business, there's going to be discomfort as you grow, but that's okay. And you can actually choose to embrace it. And when you do, when you choose to embrace discomfort as an equine business owner, then you can be assured that growth is coming. Growth is coming. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to be tomorrow, but I am saying that if you embrace it, you choose to learn in the process, make bold decisions, choose to be uncomfortable, then growth is coming. And we're going to talk specifically about some practical ways that you can do that today, okay? So maybe for you, it's going to be social media. Maybe for you, it's going to be jumping into email marketing. Maybe for you, it's going to be sponsoring an event for the first time and making that investment, right? Sometimes those discomforts come when we're making investments into our business, especially when it comes to money. But again, oftentimes that is when growth happens on the other side of that. So let's get very practical about this, okay? What does that actually look like as an equestrian entrepreneur to embrace discomfort, especially when it comes to marketing, so that you can grow your equestrian business? I have 3 specific areas that we're going to talk about that I believe that if you start to embrace discomfort in these areas, you will begin to see growth. It's going to unlock something inside of you. It's going to build your confidence, and it's also going to build your connections online. Okay? So, number 1, the first way that I want you to embrace discomfort is to show your face online. I know for some of you, you're saying, Denise, not that big a deal, but some of you are saying, Denise, I don't know about that, right? You're saying, I can show pictures of my horse all day long. I can show pictures of my students all day long, but I don't want to be in them. I don't want to be in front of the camera, right? That is uncomfortable. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I sound. Doing a live video is extremely intimidating. There's no way I could do that, right? And I hear you, and yes, it can be uncomfortable. And for some of you, it may be that you're showing your picture on camera, but you're never doing video. You're never doing a live. You're never showing up in your stories, right? What other ways can you look at putting yourself on camera to be uncomfortable for the pursuit of growth? Now, here's why this matters, okay? That you may be saying, Denise, what's the big deal with showing your face online? Remember that especially when it comes to small businesses, people buy from those that they know, like, and trust. And a great way to build up that trust is to show your face. It may mean that you're telling your story. It may mean that you're taking them behind the scenes with you. It may mean that you are providing teaching and education, just like I'm doing here. But whatever the case may be, as you show your face and you get personal in your social media or put your face in your emails, right? As you show your face online, you are building trust with your people. It's inherent. That's why when you see commercials and they have paid spokesmen, it's because they know this is a fact when it comes to marketing. When you see that paid spokesperson, it happens in the equine world too. It's not just on TV and commercials. Look in your magazines. There's a reason they're putting a face that you are familiar with, because they know that it builds trust in their brand. And that's what I want you to do here. Choose to be uncomfortable, show your face online so that you can build trust in your brand. And as you do that consistently, it's going to make a difference in building those connections and building your business. All right, number 2, the second way that I want you to embrace discomfort is to build your email list. Now, again, I know the reactions are kind of varied. Some of you are saying, big deal, build my email list. That's not uncomfortable. But that's because somewhere along the way, you actually made the choice to do that, even though it may not have felt natural or comfortable. Because here's what I often hear from horse business owners when I start sharing about the power of email marketing. There is fear and discomfort associated with doing that yourself. You're okay when you see others do it. You're okay even signing up for other people's email newsletter. But when it comes to you asking someone for their email address, you get a little bit freaked out. You're afraid they're thinking you're going to spam them. You're afraid, right? It's what it boils down to: fear. Fear of what people think. Fear that you don't know what to do when you get that email address, which we'll talk about. But here's the reality, okay? And if you've listened to any of my previous podcasts or trainings, you know that I preach this and speak about this hardcore. Social media is a wonderful marketing tool. I love it in many aspects, okay? But it is not and should not be the only place that you are building connections with your customers, and especially turning your online audience into your customers should not only happen on social media. That is your front porch. It is not your living room. It is not space that you own. You do not own the access to those people. You can lose access to your page at any time. There are a plethora of reasons and stats that I have given in the past to encourage you to absolutely use social media, and then also use social media to get them onto your email list, okay? So I want you to choose discomfort and really think about how email marketing can work for your equine business, because it can. Regardless of what area of the industry you are serving, email marketing can be a wonderfully effective tool for you in your business. So therefore, I am encouraging you to get a little bit uncomfortable and say, I'm going to start building my email list, okay? I'm going to be intentional about that. And I know that can be uncomfortable to start putting social media posts out there and inviting people to get onto your email list, but you will not regret it, okay? If you take action and if you do it consistently, right? We've talked about those keys before. Okay, number 3. The third thing I want you to do to embrace discomfort is to send a regular email. You can call it your newsletter now. People used to say they hate it. People love it. Whatever. Call it whatever you want, but just do it. Okay? That's the point. Because here's what happens. Oftentimes, I will see people start collecting email addresses and saying that they're on board with email marketing, and then nothing happens. There are crickets. They've gotten people to sign up. I have signed up for multiple email lists of other equine business owners from their website, gotten a confirmation note on the page, but then never heard from them again. Or 6 months later, I get an email because they're doing something and they're trying to sell, but between those 6 months, I never heard from them. That is not what I'm encouraging you to do with email marketing, okay? What I want you to do is commit to sending a regular email. And that can be uncomfortable because, again, I hear from you. I hear you, okay? I know you're out there and saying, Denise, it feels like I'm spamming people. I just don't like the feeling of it. You know, I feel like I get a lot of emails. I feel like I'm getting spammed from people, and I don't want to do that. I don't want people to think that about me. Here's the truth, though. That's up to you. What you put in your emails determines if it looks spammy or not. How often you email also determines if it looks spammy or not. Because if you only email when you're selling, if you only email when you're in a promotion period, then you are increasing your chances of people saying, I'm not going to open that. I know she's just trying to sell. They want to be served as well, right? They want to receive value as well. They are giving you something very important, their email address, right? They're giving you something so important. They're trusting you to provide them with value in exchange for their email address. And you can do that by sending regular emails to your list. You can serve and sell to your list, but you need to do both on a regular basis, okay? So therefore, I want you to make that uncomfortable choice to say, I'm going to do it even if it's once a month. I have seen powerful monthly email newsletters. It can work well, even if it's once a month. Okay, I want you to make that commitment that you're not only going to collect email addresses, but you're actually going to stay in touch and serve and sell. All right. So those are the 3 areas that I want you to really consider how you can embrace being uncomfortable, because you know that is where growth is going to come from. As you are uncomfortable showing your face, you're going to build that trust. If you choose to be uncomfortable and collect those email addresses, you're building a list of potential buyers. As you choose to be uncomfortable and send a regular email, then you are also choosing to embrace the growth that can come along with that as people choose to buy from you as you continue to serve and sell. All right. So I promised you 2 action steps, 2 very practical and tangible action steps that I want you to take to implement these 3 things. Number 1, the first action step is to put it on your calendar. Put it on your phone. Don't just get off of this training or this podcast if you're listening to it on the audio version. Don't just get off and not apply it, okay? I want you to actually put it on your phone once a month, Facebook Live. Once a month, live to my Facebook group. Maybe you have a group and you go live in there to try it out, right? Once a month, I'm going to do a quick video. Once a week, I'm going to do behind the scenes stories. Whatever that looks like for you, make a decision, stick to it, and put it on your calendar. And number 2, I want you to choose to get started with your emails. So the same thing, I want you to put it on your calendar when you're going to send a regular email. Okay, is it going to be the 1st of the month? Is it going to be the 15th of the month? Make a choice and then do it. Follow through, okay? Now, I also promised you a free resource to help you make that happen. So one of the great ways that you can build your email list is by providing something of value immediately in exchange for that email address. We call that a lead magnet or a freebie. And ideally, it is something that is very valuable to your potential customer. It's going to help them pre-qualify that they're a great fit for you, and it's going to be completely free in exchange for their email address, okay? So if you do not have a way that you are collecting email addresses, aside from just saying sign up for my email newsletter, one of the great ways to do that is with a lead magnet that's providing value in exchange for their email address. If you have not started that process, this is where I have a free resource for you, okay? Actually, I have 2. I'm going to bonus this. I was just going to share one of my resources, but as I'm talking, I'm thinking you need to know about both of these, okay? So number 1, if you do not have a freebie yet, if you do not have a lead magnet, then I want you to go to stormlily.com/freebie, FREEBIE, and that is where you can get a free guide. It's going to help you set up and create your freebie for your potential audience, okay? So that is a wonderful way to be building your email list of people that are going to buy from you. Secondly, if you're saying, I really just need help, I'm starting from scratch with email marketing, period, then I have a beginner's guide to email marketing specifically created for horse businesses. So you can get that at stormlily.com/email guide, okay? All one word. Now, of course, send me a message. If you're like, I didn't hear what you said, Denise, I didn't write it down. Send me a message. I will happily send you the link to either of those resources or both of those resources because I want to enable you to take action with what you've learned today. I want to enable you to choose discomfort so that you can grow. I want to enable you to grow the business that you want, that is subjectively successful for you, that meets your definition of success, okay? And one of the best ways you can do that is to decide early on in your entrepreneurship journey that you're going to embrace being uncomfortable for the sake of growth, because you know that when that comes, then you're about to make a decision that's really going to help be the catalyst for what's next in your equestrian journey. Now, for some of you, you're saying, Denise, that sounds great, but I need some accountability, right? I love these ideas. I've written it down, but if nobody's checking in with me, if I'm not checking in with somebody, then I'm having a hard time really getting traction on these things. If that's you, if you want to go deeper in your marketing journey and your plan for your equestrian business, and you want to get that accountability, then I invite you to check out Take the Reins, my one-on-one coaching program. You can head to stormlily.com/reins again, or just send me a message and I will happily get you that link. But in that process, in your one-on-one coaching process, I will be there to coach you along, to provide that accountability. I'm absolutely going to encourage you, absolutely going to be your cheerleader, and then absolutely going to push you outside of your comfort zone, because I want for you what you want, right? I want to help you to chase those horse business dreams. And one of the best ways you can do that is really being willing to embrace the uncomfortable that comes along with entrepreneurship. All right. So if that's something that interests you, again, send me a message or head over to stormlily.com/reins. In that coaching program, we will work together to define your audience, to create an email marketing strategy, to really hunker down on that lead magnet, get it designed, created, set up, ready to deliver. And then we will also look at your website to make sure that all of these things are working together cohesively to take your customers on a journey so that your audience does become your customer. All right. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to reach out. Let me know. But in the meantime, I encourage you to go back and listen to this again, or go back and look at your notes and decide what you're going to do today to choose discomfort, get past that stuck feeling, but embrace it so that you can grow from it. Okay. I cannot wait to hear what you're going to do, what commitments you are making. So leave a comment or send me a direct message at any time. I'm absolutely here to cheer you on, answer any questions you have about these strategies. And I will be back soon with another training. So stay tuned for that. All right, friends, have an amazing day.